So this will be the first time that we've done a store pick when we've opened up a store.
Do our double oak bourbon, which will be coming back this year. Said they all went home, tried it, went back to their stores, bought every bottle they had, and started sending it to everyone they knew. And then next thing I know, people are all over YouTube talking about it, going crazy. And since then, it's just been like rocket ship. Probably about 4,000-ish barrels outside currently. Actually, we have just purchased a new building about 13 miles from here, which is funny, it's exactly 13 miles. That's right next to a family farm we own, which we own about 1,100 acres of land. Yeah, here's the new 113 rye. Should be coming out late February, hitting stores probably about early March for sure. But so we started back in 2009. So I guess, oh gosh, what year are we on now? 17? So this is our 17th year of being in existence. We are actually the oldest operating distillery in Georgia. There were ones that came before us, but either they sold many, many, many years ago or they've been out of business for 30 years, whatever it may be. Yeah. So it's kind of a fun little thing. We were started as really a hobby project by my father. He wasn't even really a whiskey person. He just wanted like the idea of making whiskey. And so him and a partner got together. We are lucky enough to have a couple of other family businesses, put some money in. We started as really a South Georgia only situation. We didn't put $1 into marketing. We didn't do anything. The only way you knew we existed is you lived down here and you ran into our stuff.
Sure.
But about 6 or 7 years ago, he basically gave me a call. He was like, I'm not really running this. We're just having fun. He's like, but I think we actually have a pretty good brand. Do you want to come down here and see if you can build it up? So I started 6 years ago. This will be my 6th year. And that's when kind of we started doing all the new stuff we started doing. Double Oak came out a year or two later. A couple of our other brands started coming out, and we just sort of caught fire. And a little bit of it was weird. We didn't necessarily do a lot of marketing then, and we didn't send a lot of bottles off back then to anyone. We actually had a couple of gentlemen around Georgia who went into stores when our Double Oak came out, and they didn't know what it was. They just happened to buy it. They said they all went home, tried it, went back to their stores, bought every bottle they had, and started sending it to everyone they knew. And then next thing I know, people are all over YouTube talking about it, going crazy. And since then, it's just been like rocket ship, right? So what's interesting too is right here we have around 45,000 square feet in this facility, probably about 4,000-ish barrels outside currently. We have just purchased a new building about 13 miles from here, which is funny, it's exactly 13 miles. That's right next to a family farm we own, which we own about 1,100 acres of land out here. And so we're getting ready to open that up to start storing more barrels out there, and it's about 100,000 square feet total out there. And we're hoping about 40 to 50,000 of that will be barrel houses specifically. A lot of people ask us, do we make our juice? Do we source our juice? We do both. So we do source from MGP. We have no issue saying that. Look on any label, it says distilled in Indiana. We age everything here though. And to us, that's the biggest key. As you've seen with the weather today, it's 70 degrees outside.
Big swings.
And this is normal. Yeah, I mean, it was probably 38, 40 degrees this morning, and now we're up to 70 degrees. And in South Georgia specifically, those swings are huge during the winter. Danielle was telling me on the way down, she's like, everybody else's barrels are hibernating right now and ours are still working, right? And so that's a big part of it is you get a lot of aging down here really quickly. Now, Graham does make some juice, but you'll see in just a little bit, we can maybe make 50 to 75 barrels a year on a good year. Back in the day, that's all we ever needed. Like, we wouldn't even sell 30 barrels in a year.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden, when things kind of took off, we were like, well, that's not going to happen anymore. But what we do with a lot of his juice now is a lot of the stuff he's doing, he's rebuilding because we basically, any Georgia juice we had, we sold years ago. But we're rebuilding it to do a distillery only option where we're probably going to have a brand that'll be sold in the distillery only and to do some single barrels in the future that'll be like blends or in some blends. We're actually experimenting. Should I give it away early?
Well, he's recording.
Okay, maybe we'll maybe do this after the recording's over. But we've got some experiments going on where we're doing some blends with some MGP with some of our juice as well, so which has been pretty interesting. And we'll see if that's something we move forward with. But any questions just on us or kind of the background?
I think from my
I'm
perspective,
familiar,
Yeah, maybe just
Awesome.
walk.
Yeah, let me walk through real quick.
You-
Couple of the things we're doing. Obviously, these are kind of the flagship bourbon rye.
Sure.
This is just our 95 proofers. These are really good. We made these kind of specifically at that 95 proof point because one, we think it's a good entry point for people who are coming into the whiskey world. Like not everybody wants to be drinking 120 proof stuff all the time. Also, if you put those into a cocktail, they hold up, right?
Sure.
When you get to 80, 85 proof, it kind of disappears. 95, it still holds up. Our rye is a 95.5 MGP rye. We finish it off with actually French oak spirals.
Ooh.
So we put those in there for about 6 months to a year before we actually bottle. And if you want to show, yeah, I can show the spiral.
Yeah, so there's an education piece that we've found because when we finish, we use these spirals versus dumping the entire barrel into a French oak barrel, right? So you put 1, 2, a couple of those depends, and it imparts the flavor, but it's a more subtle flavor
Yeah.
versus it being super overpowering.
Yeah, when we've done barrels in the past, like our double oak's a good example, we actually use a full barrel when we do the double oak because we want to really get that super oaky flavor. We like finishes, but we don't necessarily want the finish to overtake the bourbon. It should be a bourbon flavor first with a finish second, not a finish flavor on top of a bourbon. That being said, we did that with our 113 bourbon. This is our 113 proof bourbon. It's basically our southern bourbon aged a little bit longer. It's usually about, most of them are 6 years, but 5 to 6 years. 113 proof, and we finish it off with a maple wood spiral. So a little bit more of an interesting thing. We are actually releasing this year. It's getting ready to come out in a couple weeks, actually.
That's what I sent you about the rye.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Our 113 rye.
So these are our 3 core.
Yeah, that's kind of the 3 core. We have a 113 rye that's going to come out limited this year because we want to see what people think of it.
Cool.
Obviously, there's a lot more people that drink bourbon than they do rye, so we want to kind of get an idea of if it's something really people will pick up. But same idea, we finish it with some maple spirals. In my opinion, it's even better than the 113 bourbon, but I'm a little bit more, I like rye. I think rye is really great.
We're rye hounds too.
Yeah, I'm a rye whiskey guy. Now, some fun things. We've got a single barrel up here if you're just wanting something to take home with you. But this was a recent distillery only single barrel we did. It was just a 6-year-old bourbon. I want to say 121 proof, 122 proof. We actually had a lot of our insiders from our newsletter. We do like a lottery. We pick 7 of them. They come down and we let them pick a barrel.
Cool.
And then we release it here for them. Kind of a fun thing that most people you can really only find here. We do a barrel aged gin as well. So we actually take gin, we put it in a used rye barrel for a year, and then we actually bottle it at 115 proof.
Good use
And-
for a used barrel.
Oh, it makes great cocktails. That is an awesome cocktail mixer. You'll see as we get out there, obviously we have our cask strength bourbon, cask strength rye. We do limited every year. We do our double oak bourbon, which will be coming back this year. We were going to do it last year, but we tried it. It was really, really good, but it's kind of gotten that. Now people expect greatness from it, so we were like, give it one more year, it'll be great. So we let it sit for another year, but it'll be ready to come back out.
Maybe talk about why we don't put age statements on.
So that's a good point. So we don't put a lot of age statements on many of our bottles. We will have some bottles that may come out with age statements along the way.
Some of our specialty, obviously our cask strength will have the proof
Right.
on it, but
But one of the reasons we do is we do everything to taste and not time. So what we mean by that is we taste every barrel in here. Not only before it goes in a blend or goes into a batch, but we taste every barrel in here pretty regularly.
Cool.
The reason we do that is, everybody knows this. Sometimes a 4-year-old barrel is awesome. Sometimes a 9-year-old barrel is awesome. Sometimes a barrel needs to sit longer. Sometimes if you let it sit too long, it starts to go kind of bad.
Yep.
So we always think about it as we want to get to at least 4 years on everything that we put it in. But after that, we just start tasting and trying until we figure it out. But we do kind of pick ranges. So all of this is always going to be 4 to 6 years. This is typically going to be 5 to 7 years, 5 to 6 normally, but sometimes some 7 years. A lot of our cask strength stuff is 5, 6, 7 years. And our double oak is typically 8 to 10 years in age when we do that batch. But you'll see here too, 6 years here is very different than getting 6 years somewhere else.
Yeah.
I mean, most of our 6 years more like 8 or 9 when you try it somewhere else.
so have you tried any of our stuff, either one of you?
I have tried only once, I think. We were talking about it and then we didn't finish the conversation. I had tried. That's when I remembered about you guys. I think I tried it once, but which one I did not?
Yeah,
Was
I've
it
had
a Finnish whiskey?
I've had the
That's-
flagships and the double
I
oak.
think I had a Finnish
batch one, batch
something. You guys
two.
did some Finnish one, right?
Well,
It might have been the
and then
113.
Spirals we finished, but
Yeah.
we don't. Besides the
Yeah, I think it was.
It might have been the red label
Japanese
one.
thing? What was the one
Feels like
Japanese
it might be
thing?
this.
Sakura?
Was it a
we
single
have one?
barrel that you tried? Because we do a lot of experiments.
I think it was a single
Yeah,
barrel.
we did a Sakura single barrel a
Yeah,
while
that's the
back.
name for it. Yeah.
And
I tried that one.
We tried
So-
to use a single barrel program of figuring out, we
Yeah,
like to
100%.
experiment, but then,
Yeah.
what's the feedback? To then, this is why this is even
This came out
product,
as a
right?
regular product.
Yeah.
People love the maple, so we were
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
we
yeah.
should make that in a
Yeah,
bigger
yeah,
batch,
100%.
right.
So
I think that's what I had tried, yeah. And I love MGP, anyways, when there's a good MGP is picked, It's all about who's picking it, right? Kind
Yes.
of thing, because they make a lot of whiskey.
Well, the nice thing is so MGP for us, for example, when we are doing any new fills with them, they do it at a specific proof point that they put it in the barrel for us and everything else.
Cool.
And we love it because they'll do our runs for us specifically.
Yeah.
And that way we know we've told them exactly what we want in the barrel. They put it in there and send it to us, right? We learned a long time ago, distilling is awesome and there is an art to it for sure. But there's still science to the distilling part.
Yep.
And they know that science really well and they do it really well and do it
done it
at
for a long time.
mass really well. So I always told people if we all thought bourbon was so great because of the mash bill, that we should all just be drinking White Dog and doing that all the time. But we don't. We drink it after it's been in the barrel because the barrel gives it its real
That's
flavor, right? So I always say aging is super important. How you age, how you rotate your stuff around. Are you tasting it? Do you know what's actually going into your batch?
Right.
All those things matter, right? So let's do this. Let's
you
go ahead and
said
start the tour.
Spirals, right? How many
Yeah.
spirals are you sticking
1 to
in?
2 usually in a barrel.
Okay, because those have some pretty good surface area, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good surface area. It's just a toasted spiral, right? So it's just wood, just like anything else, toasted up and thrown in there.
Look at that.
That's why the spiral's there, so you can get all the way through that wood in a very short time.
Yep.
Sure.
So 3 to 6 months, I've extracted what's in that spiral.
What I also like is if you think about it like you would if you were like cooking a meal, like the problem I have when you dump it into a secondary barrel is that barrel is just huge, right? And it's like adding a big handful of salt to something.
Yeah.
Where with that, we can put 1 stick in, wait a little while, see how it's tasting, and if we feel like it needs a little extra, you can add that 2nd stick. So it's more like spicing something where you're actually like really cooking that up. And
Cool.
that kind of goes to Graham's chef background. Like that's kind of
yeah.
where he started. So
Very good.
that was his secret is kind of, I'm going to do it this way. All right. Y'all come on out here. Watch your step, please. It might be wet.
We came from a lot of snow, so I think we are ice and ice.
Yeah. Yeah, we try to get good weather down here. So obviously everything in the world in this starts with water unless you're doing cask strength. So any water we use, all of it comes through here. Huge filtration process, right? We go through about 12 to 14 different filters, cotton filters, charcoal filters, UV filters, you name it, reverse osmosis. Because obviously what we're trying to do is make that water basically H2O, no minerals,
Yep.
no anything else. By the time it comes out of there, it is so much taken out of it that you could run it through your veins like dialysis and you wouldn't have to worry about infection or anything like that. It's medical grade water basically. All of our mixing we'll do in these tanks over here basically. This is our biggest tank we'll use for some of our bigger batches. If we have smaller batch stuff, we go to that middle tank. And then of course we have our single barrel tanks sitting over there that we can do some stuff with. Cool. You can smell today, we've been doing a little distilling. He did a strip run recently, so I think this is all tails though. Yeah, it's all tails.
Is it?
But if you come right here, we've got a little White Dog that we actually did make that's sitting in here right now. Not much, but you can smell it when you get in there.
The dregs.
Yeah, got a nice little smell to it. But I think he said he recently dumped some barrels, so we've got about a barrel or two worth in here right now. He'll fill these 2 up, and then we'll do a barrel dump all at one time.
Very cool.
And as you can see, there's our crock pot, basically, our mash tun. It looks like a giant crock pot, real easy. You guys know the drill. Throw some corn, throw some rye, throw some malted barley, cook it up like it's grits. Once it's done, we throw it in these 2 fermenters. We'll run it around, put in the yeast, let it do its thing, then right to the still after that. And that is basically Graham all day.
How long of fermentation are you doing?
Do you know how long he's doing?
Fermentation can be anywhere from 3 days to 2 weeks right now.
Wow.
We're not temperature controlled in here.
Right.
Okay.
It's like if it's cold, yeast is going to slow
Yeah.
down.
Cool.
And the last couple of weeks it's been damn cold as hell.
Yeah.
Sometimes when it gets
For us,
For us,
Yeah, when it gets really cold in here, we'll wrap those up with actually heating blankets and turn the heating blankets on just to try to speed it up. But yeah, in the winter it takes a little bit longer. In the summer it'll cruise 2 days, 2 to 3 days. You're good.
Yeah, because you guys are 100 degrees yet?
Oh yeah, easily could get up to 100.
I think 122 was at the warehouse one time.
Yeah.
So come back in the summer next time.
Yeah. If you want to sweat, come here.
Index is get on up there.
And obviously, once we blend everything, we'll just pump it all through into our bottling room. So we have our line here. Obviously, we have usually about 4 to 5 people working it. We could do about 100,000 cases a year technically on this line. We're not to that point yet, but we can. Real simple, starts with an air rinser at the very beginning, and y'all are welcome to come this way. As we go down, we have some filling heads. All this was custom made for us. So actually where it's doing the filling heads right there, that used to be filling heads from a dairy.
Ate up.
So it used to pump up a bunch of milk, now it pumps out a bunch of good milk, which is whiskey.
The kind that doesn't curdle.
Yeah, and obviously as you come down, you can see everybody works the line, puts the strips on, has your capper right here, capper right there. She'll check everything for quality, get the label on, they'll check it again, and all this is done by hand at the end. They box it up, throw it on the pallet, weigh it up, there you go.
Fantastic.
Now the funny thing is down here, you'll end up picking up, you can easily do 20,000 pounds of weight that you move in a day,
Wow.
the person at the very end. Because we,
The new limited release run that we're doing.
yeah.
Very good. One's got to come to mass then, right?
Yeah, let me see if I can. You mind if I grab one bottle from you? So, yeah, here's the new 113 rye. Should be coming out late February, hitting stores probably by early March for sure.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
What's cost on one of those?
Should be retail cost should be between about $62.99 and $69.99 depending on where you live.
That's a great price.
Some of that is obviously taxes and shipping depending on where it's going to. Now I will say I've seen some retailers do a bit more, but
Sure.
that's the MSRP.
Very nice. A mixture of both palletized and ricked.
Correct. Some of that is just based on if we decided to do side fill or top fill bungs.
Okay.
But some of that is also, there are certain barrels we prefer, like kind of in this style, we like to get more airflow through them, and
Sure.
some others you might not need as much because we rotate them more often. So a little bit of that, and it's with the top fill and being able to stand them up on the pallets, to be honest with you, we can get a little bit more into the space.
Yeah.
But you got to rotate more often if you do that.
More efficient for storage, a little less airflow, right?
Yeah, so we basically have a giant fan in the back that pumps a lot of air through here, but what we'll do is just all these that are this way, they'll get moved pretty often to make sure whatever's sitting in the center finds its way to the top or bottom at some point in time or to the outside of the. And you can tell, you can't really tell from here, but this goes back another probably 8 or 9 rows of barrels that direction as well. We typically don't go all the way back there because that's where we also keep all of our finished products. That's kind of the employee-only area. But you know, the big thing, like we talk about all the time, is climate here. As we were talking about today, as you see, barrels aging is all about in and out of the wood, right? We get huge temperature swings here, 25, 30 degree temperature swings pretty regularly. Summers get really warm. Humidity actually here is not as bad as people think. They think of Atlanta and the humidity there, or Florida and the humidity there. It's actually a little less humidity here. It's kind of a band down here in South. Not saying it doesn't get humid, but there's a little bit less here sometimes. We have about a 72% humidity year-round average, which is really good because I think bourbon is probably best aged around 65 to 75% humidity. And obviously we get a lot of barrel movement and we get it all year long. So even in February, we'll still get well above 50 degrees in here today. So you'll get that barrel expanding back out and then contracting back. Sure. And what's really nice is in the winter too, because it'll get cold enough in here as well, it'll contract all the way back out and then pump back out the next day. So you can kind of tell, you come in here, what's really nice though is when you come in here on a kind of a spring and summer day, when the cold is starting to kind of, it's still cool enough in the morning, but it opens up, it smells like a candy shop of whiskey in here. It is delightful. But you also notice we're in a metal building here. We actually want that on purpose. We don't do any kind of climate controlling, so we like having the metal building. Works kind of like an oven. And even the next buildings we're going to be adding some barrels to are designed just like this. Same kind of building, metal framed, almost the exact building to this, to be honest with you. And we looked for that on purpose.
Yeah, we don't climatize, we just open the doors.
Yeah, we just open the doors and let nature do what nature does.
Yeah.
But we're lucky to have that. I mean, that's something where we didn't know it was going to be that way when we started this. We just kind of realized, wow, South Georgia's got an awesome climate for this.
Yeah.
And y'all feel
That's
free
an
to
old
come
school
this way.
way of thinking. Time your window opening in
Yeah.
certain times of the day
Yeah.
to.
I mean, it was funny this morning before y'all came, we actually had the door here closed, so it was a little bit cooler in here because it'll hold some of that coolness when the door's
Yeah.
closed. As soon as you open it up, it went up 8 or 9 degrees in here.
Yeah.
All right, so let's taste some bourbon.
Shall we?
I think we shall. Well, whiskeys, technically. Who knows what you might be getting? Feel free to grab a spot.
Very nice.
Is this mine or is this yours?
Barrel table.
Oh, thank you, sir. I get to taste. So this is the best part of the job. I get to taste with you
That's great.
for nothing.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and grab the glasses.
All right.
Stop at number
We're
one
doing
there
number
so
one?
You know which one's which every time you bring it back.
Very good.
All right. You ever done this before?
Yep.
All right. Well, if you smack
like,
your
I'm a
fingers
pro.
in there, don't blame me. There it goes.
All right.
He's better than I am.
That's a retirement
I
job.
need to put him to work down here.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's a retirement job. Once
Yeah.
he's done with this stuff, he can do this.
I was about to say, feel free to stay the weekend if you want some extra work.
We got the glasses
Grab
here.
the glasses.
Yep. Keep them close.
Yeah, that's close enough. We don't want to waste more than we have to.
That's right.
A little bit more of a pour, so if we decide to come back to it, you got a little bit to do it. Back and keep it
Sounds
away
great.
from Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep it away from me for sure. That's good. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I knew Graham before he was distilling. Back when he was just making moonshine in like bathtubs.
So in your mind, when you were coming down, did you think, I'm going to pick a bourbon or a rye? Or you were like, I'm not sure I'll let...
We decide as we go along.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have done a lot of crazy stuff. We wanted to pick so many barrels, and we were just talking about which one is the Texas one you guys
Garrison
went?
Brothers.
Garrison Brothers. How many of you guys went? 5? I was
Yeah.
gonna be 6th one.
Yep.
I didn't go.
He just handed me the keys and let me go on my own.
And they picked a tiny barrel, 5 people. They did not pick anything else because they didn't like anything else. That's how.
You picked a small, like a short barrel?
The mini
And
barrel,
5
yeah.
of them went
That's
there.
funny.
There were
how many-
15
how
How
many-
gallons.
many, yeah, what'd you get out of that?
12 bottles.
I was gonna say, basically, they went and bought their own bottles and got a free trip.
Boston,
Yeah,
they
I
were
like it.
freaking San Antonio.
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
12 bottles.
I will say that we talk about this all the time. Like, I need to open up the state of Hawaii for no other reason than I need to take a trip to Hawaii once a year.
Good reasoning.
So, and Rare Character guys, first time they came to Mass, we picked them. We did not, nobody knew who they were.
Sure.
Yeah.
And they came, we picked 5 barrels from them that day. I didn't even know who they were. He was happened to be there.
Yeah.
I asked you, and I think you were there nearby that day.
I
or
was,
something.
yeah, that was
And then we
fortuitous.
said,
We've been good
They
friends
were-
with them ever since, yeah.
yes.
Well, so this will be the first time that we've done a store pick when we've opened up a...
We are the new kid on the block, even if after 12 years you call them new kid. We are the most hated
Here's our water.
liquor stores in
Excellent,
Mass
thank
and
you.
most
Great.
liked by far, because if we do something and they all wanna do something about it.
Yeah.
Listen, we're kind of a new kid on the block too, so we
That's
like
how
it.
it is.
We
That's
like
how it
it.
is.
It's a good
It's-
partnership.
Maybe that's the name of our barrel.
New Kid on the Block. Wait a minute. There were some members from New Kids on the Block from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of them, all of them, I believe.
The fact that you knew
Yes,
Hey, some of us grew up in the 80s and 90s, all right? Relax.
that. You act like I don't.
Okay,
I know.
here, I wanna see.
How old are you?
44.
Yeah, I knew when I see people my age now, it's so old now. I'm 45.
Oh, nice. All right.
So old now.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
figured it out. We figured it out.
Relax over there.
I kind of knew it.
I'm the oldest in the room, let's be real.
Nah, he's a
Where you
baby.
at?
He's a baby.
18, 19. I didn't even check his ID. He wouldn't check his ID.
Just tell us you're 21, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Brian's the old man in the room.
Well, What did you think? Did you like the second one?
I'm not going to say anything yet.
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
loud.
I'm a slow process taster.
He takes his time.
Yeah, take your time.
So so now you are trying. You're gonna be part of the panel because we do 1, 2, 3.
So I will tell you, I have my opinions right off the bat,
Sure.
but I also have very specific things I like. So
Your point though that this one tastes older than I love the uniqueness of each barrel.
well, that's
No-
what
And
makes
people
single
get
barrels
stuck
interesting.
on age statements, but it is not about the age.
No spiral, no nothing on this, no finish.
No finish.
Second one
on
has
that
no
one, it
finish.
just shows you the difference of where what a barrel can do sitting in a different
Yeah, I mean,
place in the
we're
warehouse.
talking about a year and a half difference, and I taste a significant difference in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell you, barrel number 1 was stuck when he was talking about the barrels being stacked back there. You know, well, they go all the way to the back of the wall. That barrel right there was stuck right in the center of all those barrels. So it didn't have as much movement going
Yep.
in and out, but it still pulled its
So
age, and it still pulled
there's another. That's another interesting point about this building too. I don't know when you came in if you saw it, but if you go outside and you kind of go to this road above us, you'll see that the back side of the building is actually built into the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did
we
see
So
that.
this side sits out, that side. So if we want to cool something down a little bit, we put it on the back side.
Yep.
Right? You can just put it by the wall, and
Ceiling
it's
on that
way
side's
different.
only 5 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
Whereas on this side, you're 30
Yeah, so
feet
it's
up
kind
in
of
the air.
basement.
Yeah.
That's the basement feel.
It's why we
The
end
cellar.
up, a lot of times when we pull something because we think it's interesting for single barrel, we'll pull it forward eventually because these right here will get the most, because of these doors, they just get everything.
Yeah, 2403, that one basically spins a firelight right here up against this wall, right up against the
Right.
front, so it's got more interaction with the air. Because we open these doors up during the day as we're working and everything else, so there's just more interaction going on in front. And any other rig guys you've probably been to as well, you know, you get up to the ceiling, that's where all the hot area is, at the bottom is where the cool
Yeah.
area is.
Just like at my house.
Not a lot.
If you ever come to my house, you'll know my upstairs where my bedroom is 8 million degrees, why it's 32 degrees downstairs.
Here right now.
Yeah, it's rough.
Downstairs has to be like 63, so upstairs is only
Yeah.
like 78.
Yeah.
So it just travels.
Every night we end up turning it down to like 57 degrees downstairs just to get it to 60 something upstairs.
Oh.
The window open technique.
So what is the nearest city from here? Like a real city?
Atlanta.
So you guys are far
Yeah,
from
yeah.
okay.
So
So we made the right choice.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
So the funny thing is, so Danielle and I actually live in Atlanta.
Oh, do you?
So Brian and the group that works here, they all live down here, and he runs the day-to-day down here. We come down about once a month because
Or we have special guests.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
like because we drove down this morning as well.
thank you.
Actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
Takes you about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. We're like,
Y'all were like, we're getting ready to leave from the Atlanta airport. I was like, I'm going right by the Atlanta airport. But we usually come down because, I mean, these guys know what they're doing here. We're not worried about that. But in Atlanta is where, one of our biggest distributors is in Atlanta. So a lot of our work is,
Yeah.
and we need the airport because we need to go
Yeah.
places, right?
For us down here while they go play.
that's what they say.
That's what they complain about me too.
You know,
I tell them, oh, I need to wake up. I was complaining yesterday. I need to wake up 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be back another day 2 o'clock. I said, but you are not gonna be really working. I said, I consider it work.
If-
Yeah,
Hey.
100%.
I'm working right now. I don't know about you guys. It's hard work we're doing. I'm going to have to go to bed at night and be all tired after this.
All the way to Rye, usually you don't do that. You didn't finish?
I
This
got
time you
notes.
went my
I got
way.
notes on everything.
I want to first finish my bourbon to figure it out. Which one I like the most.
He's figuring it
There's
out.
one on here, and I won't say it yet because I don't want to get anyone, but there's one that's more interesting as far as I wouldn't have thought that was the flavor I was going to get out of it when I got it.
I have one like that too. Yeah.
Now you got me.
And I'm not, saying it's bad. I'm not saying bad at all. It's just, it's not what I was, knowing our stuff, it wasn't what I was expecting. That's all.
Keep it guessing.
Variety.
It's definitely got,
Same thing all the
it's a more unique thing than I'm used to us having. I'd love if y'all wanted to just try that versus
This
that
is
to see what
is
you think.
coming
US
out.
standard.
It's the batch.
So this is
That's your
the,
limited release.
yeah, this will be the one that's like probably
And
$65,
mid-February
$69
it's
though.
coming out. So we'll see if
I actually think this is better at 113 than I
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was
That's
at
what I
$119.
knows right away. This is completely different from this.
fun things about barrels.
And it could also be, since they do taste everything, it could be one that was different, and that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
it was pulled.
Well, and obviously this is a batch, right? So we've obviously pulled together barrels that we thought would make
it
the
gives
best
you different taste
mix.
anyways.
On,
Yeah.
Or I would have not been near it.
You're good. That smells nice.
Yes.
That smells ready.
Yeah, it's funny. Like I like this more, and I like the single barrel of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 113 is a 5 to 6 year, where that 19 is an older barrel as well. So you got a little bit more of that oak. going
Yeah.
That's
into
another
it,
thing.
covers
Yeah, see,
up
that's
that
all,
as well.
it worked other way around, right?
You got more wood, oak, dry.
You didn't tamp down the rye character though, like that
Correct.
rye. That
It
rye
stood up.
vein's still there,
You
still
get the
still
grain,
standing
you
tall.
get the feel of the rye.
So what's funny is a lot of these.
This is delightful.
Yeah, a lot of these with those barrels, right? Like these were barrels that maybe came in, they maybe got filled at a little bit lower proof point too. So we didn't have to add as much water. And so you don't tamp it all the way down. You add a little water,
Sure.
but you don't tamp it all the way down. But it like in the I don't know why, but like I feel like sometimes right around this 118, 119 mark, the maple in a rye tamps it down too much. But at like 113 or 125,
Yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
The real boss is here.
Hello.
So
Oh,
this
we
is
got a buffer.
This is Chi Chi,
Hi, Chi Chi.
aka Pork Chop. I like calling her Pork Chop. So a while back, we had a couple of cats that found their way into the distillery, and I love cats in the distillery because they kill mice.
Yep.
Oh, yes, yeah.
So we have let her and her family live here, and they just take care of all the pest control.
I love that.
So as is tradition, any barrel picking experience, things get a little out of hand towards the end of a tasting. But in the end, we ended up with a really good barrel of MGP rye, 95.5.
Aged in Georgia, yes.
Aged in Americus, Georgia. This will be the first in Massachusetts.
Yes, and only for a while.
Exclusively at?
Liquor Junction.
Heck yeah. This is a pretty special one. What happened? Just like I said, what happens at the end of a tasting? K-Tool here. We had a fantastic time at 13th Colony. Look forward to getting bottles in hands here soon.
Yep, it was a long day, but it was well worth it.
Always worth it. Stay tuned for more, folks. Cheers till next time. Peace.
I'm gonna see a real cat later. Chichi's like,